What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody is doing well. No, I'm serious. Not well. It's Magnificent Monday because you know what? After we come out of the weekend, it is magnificent to get back to the trade desk. All right. I don't know why I always say well when I get on. Well's for Wednesdays, man. Nice little continued push higher today. Not too much really going on. I don't expect really anything to derail the train right now. I really don't. I would imagine we probably just keep going. Well, maybe no, maybe not keep going, but I don't see any reason for the market to be really bearish. Maybe once we get to next week, that might change, but this week definitely not. I don't think there's any major any earnings or any major news headlines that are going to be coming out that are going to be majorly significant to kind of change the tone on the market. Next week will be different because we're going to start to get to a lot of those big tech earnings, and then that might be different if big tech earnings aren't like positive, especially if their forecast is kind of lackluster. But we'll get to that later in this week. Not much going on. I mean, that's the thing is like since there's not much going on, the market's just going to keep riding higher. It's just kind of in that mode. Um, so we're seeing a little bit of bearishness here in the health technology area. Okay, all right, we'll go check out some of these Disney. Woo, Disney, Disney. What the Disney? What are you doing? They got earnings the second week of August. Man. Let me check long term here. Oh, I remember this. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember this 80 point handle, this little wick. Yeah. Probably gonna find a pretty good dip buy here around 80 where this wick was back for the COVID crash. If it winds up getting through that, I mean, you're probably just coming all the way down to this 44. It's going to be really tough for it to not come all the way back down there. I do remember that because I was basically saying, yeah, put a stop loss under 80, like 79 or 78 or something like that. Because if it gets through there, it's probably just going to get cut in half, coming down to about 44. Yeah, I remember that. So it seems like it's probably just definitely going to be steaming down to 80. I mean, it's going to have a near term kind of support level here around 84. So we'll see if it holds up there. No guarantees it gets down to 44, but if you're looking for a good deal, if it ever gets down to 44, like it'll be bought up, and it might even get acquired if it got down there. Yeah, it might get acquired. How? Because it would basically be cutting it in half. From now, it'd be market cap roughly about 75 billion. Yeah, there would be a company buy that. Some company would buy that out. All right. Anyways, go back to the SPY. I just thought that was kind of interesting seeing how much red was on Disney there. All right. What else we got? Big tech seems kind of flat for the most part. Flat. Amazon's down. Tesla's up pretty good. So we can take a look at Tesla. A lot of electronic technology stuff looks like it's bullish. I know defensive stocks are actually in here as well. Like defensive contractors. AMD's up pretty good. So a lot of semiconductors are up pretty good. There's Micron. I was looking for Micron the other day. I couldn't find it in here. So, okay. Okay. All right. Let's go see what we can find. Let's go see how earnings is going. Any Wells Fargo have earnings? Yes, they did. Wells Fargo had earnings. Looks like Friday morning, Friday before the bell, gapped up, traded down today. Everybody's like, yeah, we're bullish. We're bullish on the sell down. I'm gonna have the 100 on a weekly right in front of your face on Wells Fargo, and then the 100 on a monthly is also kind of just above that. So yeah, 45 area is going to be the 100 on a weekly, and the 47 area is going to be the 100 on a monthly. So just be careful about that. There on Wells Fargo, J.P. Morgan. I know J.P. Morgan had earnings also this past week. Yeah, financials are coming out and getting bought up. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Let's go run through a few of the things. Coming back to the major averages. So yeah, Federal Reserve balance sheet data did tick higher a little bit Thursday after the bell. VIX is up a little bit, opened higher. It's kind of interesting. Like every Monday it just opens higher. So weird. There's no major news, right? Retail sales is not a big deal. Building permit. I mean, people are going to pay attention to it, but building permits later on in the week as well. Yeah, that's on Wednesday, and then retail sales tomorrow morning. There's not a lot until we get to next week. Dollar dropping off a little bit. Not nearly as bad as what it did last week. So okay. So gold's up a little bit, so that makes sense. I'm actually gonna move gold down to just above the dollar. That way it's a little easier just to go back and forth between these two. So gold's up a little bit. Dollar opened higher, looks like it traded higher, came back down. Gold looks like it traded lower, went back up. All right, so that makes sense. Gold's looking pretty good. 10-year yield open lower. It's kind of consolidating sideways. Not a whole lot going on here. How's the 2-year yield? 2-year hasn't been nearly as volatile. It actually broke Friday's high. Okay. 10 and 2 inversion. A little bit of a bullish move there. HYG bouncing a little bit off of those highs it put in June. All right, so Friday looks like just a retest. LQD bouncing a little bit. Maybe into some moving averages. Not too bad. All right, TLT. Run it through here. Nice little lower wick there on TLT. Okay. Nice. Nice move on the market. Nice move on the market. What is Goldman lowers recession forecast as Goldilocks ending comes in play? Yeah, well, when you get the federal government to approve stimulus, and they didn't need to. By stimulus, I'm talking about like the CHIPS Act and all that kind of stuff. That's what you get, man. I think the most important thing going forward, though, is going to be margins. Or margins could be able to hold up on company earnings. So Goldman, how is Goldman then doing? So some of the other financials are but Goldman's got earnings here in a couple days. So earnings for Goldman Wednesday before the bell. Goldman Sachs. All right. Bank of America earnings looks like tomorrow morning. They're on Bank of America. Okay. Morgan Stanley. Looks like they're going to have earnings tomorrow morning as well. Citi got annihilated on Friday. They just got annihilated. Citigroup could benefit from potential rate hikes outside U.S. Yeah, all the rates that have been moving all across the world over the past year and a half, 2 years, just undoing probably a lot of positions that have been held for about the past decade. Okay, so it's a lot of some of the financials we got it here. CCI. Crown Castle Inc. I think this is a REIT. Yeah, it's a REIT. Down pretty good today. Wow. Gap down a little bit and just sold off. Wow. Okay. Crown Castle Inc. Take a look at sector rotation. Kind of forgot about that. Sector rotation. Let's see. So underperformers, real estate. That makes sense. We just looked at CCI. They were getting hit. Automated, a lot of other real estate REITs are getting hit. So real estates are down. Utilities are down. Healthcare down. Communications and staples are down. Underperforming. I'm gonna say underperforming. So communications and state. So all the defensive or risk off names are underperforming pretty good today. Materials underperforming. Energy's underperforming. Discretionary's underperforming a little bit. Take a look at TSLA here in just a second. Industrial's outperforming. There's only 3 sectors that are outperforming today. Industrials, and then financials and tech. And financials and tech are basically the 2 largest sectors of the market. See the financials, and then tech, all of this over here. So, yeah, we're seeing pretty good outperformance there on the 2 largest sectors, which is why the market's just kind of grinding higher. Okay, take a look here. I'll tell you what, without the gap, we got financials have been bought up today. Tech's doing pretty good. Industrials, yeah, okay. Not much too indifferent with the gap and without the gap. We didn't have a really large gap on the market today, so that kind of makes sense. Okay. Discretionaries, though, actually underperforming without the gap pretty good. So, interesting. Take a look at that. So, then the XLY. Yeah, XLY got a pretty good gap up, but it hasn't been like trading higher. Not like the SPY. You can tell the difference on the intraday chart. On the intraday chart, excuse me. Okay. Apple got an upgrade, I believe. Apple has a juicy $40 billion opportunity ahead. Apple gains as Morgan Stanley sees India as next big market. As inflation cools, here's how investors can move money back into stocks and bonds. Morgan Stanley adjusts Apple's price. That was what I was looking for. I knew they got a price target increase to 220 from 190 for Morgan Stanley. So cool. Apple benefiting from a price target increase. I guess it makes sense since it's like it was basically at 190 at Friday's close. Basically, you got to do something, right? Like, where's it going now? Raise it 30 points and tell everybody. Microsoft had a pretty good week last week. Okay. Alphabet down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think it's one of the 2 big tech stocks. Amazon's the other one, down pretty good. Okay. Tesla is actually up pretty good. Nice little gap up there on Tesla. Tesla outlined plans to create largest auto factory in Germany. Wow. Tesla's killing it with the news headlines today. So, okay. Tesla up pretty good today. All right, fair enough. Let's see. Telcos are down pretty good. T-Mobile US is down 1%, but Verizon's down like 7%. AT&T is down 6.5%. We can take a look at those 2. They're getting absolutely hosed today. I think AT&T got a price target reduction. Oh, yeah, there you go. Price target reduction. That'll do it. Let's see. So that was. What about Meta? Meta actually gapped down a little bit. All right. Meta is still at the early stages of mini catalysts. Okay, so if they're at the early stages of mini catalysts, does that mean they're actually going to realize the catalyst? That's the question. Netflix. Nice little higher open on Netflix. Traded higher, come back down some. Yeah, traded higher for the first 20, 25 minutes. and has been trading back down. Okay. How's Boeing? Boeing's down. Interesting. I thought industrials are actually doing pretty good. Well, I guess, yeah, they fall into aerospace and defense. Lockheed Martin. Speaking of, ooh, Lockheed Martin putting in a day up 2%, and they got earnings tomorrow. When is this? Tomorrow before the bell. Lockheed Martin. Okay. What about LOC? Is it LOC? Oh man, NOC. Yeah, Northrop Grumman. There we go. NOC. They're up 1 and a little bit over 1/4%. What else is out there? GD, General Dynamics, up pretty good. Not 1%, but up. But they're up. Northrop, LMT. Where's Lockheed? No, that was Lockheed. Yeah, that was Lockheed. What else? KLAC. That's NOC. RTX. There we go. That's the other big one. RTX. RTX is up pretty good. Okay. So seeing some of those aerospace and defensive stocks up pretty good. And all right. That's all you really need to know, right? Those guys are doing pretty good. Check these semiconductors. Nvidia, nice gap up, but still trading lower from the early open. Chip Trade Group asked Biden to refrain from what? Chip Trade Group asked Biden to refrain from further curbs on China. Nvidia up as Citigroup sees chip designer as clear leader in AI market. Oh, well. I think we all knew that. I don't know what. Hike's price target. Okay, that's what it is. Hike's price target. Okay. Yeah, I think we all know that Nvidia is probably leading right now in AI. It's kind of funny. They're not even an AI stock, but they're leading the AI race. Funny. What else? Who else we got? Oh yeah, so AMD threw a huge upper wick on Friday, threw a nice little lower wick today. Sold down initially the first 30 minutes, it looks like, roughly first 30 minutes. Nice run after that for about an hour. Yeah, for about an hour or so, 2 hours. At the day's eye, it looks like it's going to continue to push. Intel pushing strong. AVGO pushing strong. Qualcomm pushing pretty good. Yeah, pushing pretty good. Okay. Deere pushing pretty good, up 1.5%. Cat's looking good, up 0.85%, so that's looking pretty good. GE, what is this? Oh, AMAT. How's AMAT doing? AMAT's up pretty good, 1.75, looking pretty good. GE. GE's a monster. It's up 1.3%, doing pretty good. Yeah, there's not much. I mean, there's some scatterings of bearishness out there, or stocks that are just down. AMT, American Towers, down. Yeah, it was part of those REITs getting hit. Let's go check out Verizon, AT&T. So AT&T, man, just keeps getting hit. Just keeps trading down. We're going to go back a long way for this. I looked at this morning. Woo. Got to go back a ways. Yeah, probably going to come down to 12.5 in that area. I'd be buyers at like these tops. I would expect this thing to probably bounce pretty hard because it was getting bought up pretty good until they said cash flow issues, and then recently their big issue's been about toxic cables that they've been laying for a while. So, but they're not going to go anywhere. But same thing between them and Verizon. Verizon's getting annihilated. And you're getting annihilated. Wow. I'd probably expect for AT&T and Verizon to probably bottom this week. I'd be scooping up AT&T and Verizon this week. Yeah, here's the thing: is Verizon's coming into a lot of like supported lower areas where it's bottomed a lot back in really like the 2000s. But I mean, it's going to be pretty tough getting through here. Yeah. Yeah. It's tough, but I can see it go down another dollar. And if it goes down another dollar, it's another what 7% from here or so. Because it's down a dollar right now, it's down about 7%. So yeah, AT&T might have another bad day or two going forward. Consumer durables, Ford and GM are both down, but Tesla's up. So GM. Tesla, Ford, electric truck shakeup. EV. All right, Tesla, Ford, electric trucks shakeup. EV stocks. Ford tracking biggest daily decline in 5 months after lightning price cut. Oh wow. Tesla kicks off Cybertruck production. Price cut and higher deliveries to boost Tesla. Insider sell on General Motors. Okay. Well, that was GM. Oh, that was GM. Ford. Ford cuts price target at F-150 Lightning electric truck. Okay. So some of those consumer stocks are down decent. Just everybody's like, oh, Tesla's the only beneficiary. Tesla's got a lot to live up to, man. HCA. What else is going on? It's Fargo. Just kind of eyeballing some stuff here. Oh, Netflix. Netflix has fallen so much from what it used to be. CRM. How's CRM doing? 2-day consolidation so far. Adobe pushing higher. Oracle. Not super strong, just kind of sideways consolidation so far. ACN, past couple days, I guess. ACN, Accenture. Nice push there on Accenture today, up 1%. Nice. Intuit, INTU. Up 1.3%. Okay. Where's the Qs getting to? Qs are still hitting into the bottoms there. Kind of at the weekly highs that I believe it put in this past Friday. Yeah, they're on the Qs. IWM pushing really pretty strong today. There you go. I was really kind of surprised it didn't have more of a pullback. Into like this one. Definitely at least getting below 190. Really kind of surprised it didn't do that. I'd watch out for that one. DIA. It's kind of interesting. DIA. How's UNH doing? That's about the only thing that matters with DIA. Dow Jones doing okay. Yeah, but UNH had a good day on Friday. A little bit of carry through. Nice little higher open gap. But hasn't really done too much on the intraday. You can see it's just kind of higher open, but it's just traded sideways. All right. Let's go back to the DIA. Dow Jones has been trading higher. Is that a lot to do with AAPL? Yeah, you could say. You could say AAPL and probably Microsoft have a lot to do with the Dow moving today. Okay, Dow Jones up a little bit, taking out last week's high, or last week's high. It actually had a gap down today. The Qs, the Qs didn't. SPY didn't really. SPY did gap down, but it was pretty minor. Equal weight SP 500 did gap down today, trading higher. Okay, trading higher. Most everything is trading higher, as far as the markets are concerned. I got people making food in the house, and it smells really good. All right. Deercat. Let's see here. Lam Research, LRCX. Lam Research. Man, nice move there. 3%. Oh, that looks strong. That got bought up on the open. Low open, same penny. 635 on the dot. So, yeah, Lam Research doing pretty good. Just continuing to push. Coming into kind of some previous high areas. Back over here. Okay. Let's see here. It looks like... So the Q's dropped a little bit there, but SPY... Well, I thought the SPY had dropped a little bit more. No. Check out that 1 minute. You can see 5 minutes just straight up. Let me bring up. So Twitter. There we go. I'm bringing up Twitter on the other screen real quick. I'll bring it over here in a sec. Twitter. Trading. Profile. There we go. All right, so the companies that will be having earnings this week, a lot of financials still. Once we get to Wednesday, we're going to start to get into tech. Not a lot, but we're going to start. We got Tesla, Netflix, IBM. Those will be Wednesday after the bell. You're going to have Steel Dynamics. But it's still mostly financials, some industrials, ASML. Yeah, mostly just financials still. You do get some tech out there, TSM, in the second half of the week. There's a scattering of stuff, but it's not. It's definitely still going to be mostly financials this week. So, okay. I'm just kind of eyeballing through here. Alcoa. That used to be like the one that would kick off earnings season. They don't do that anymore. Roper. Tuda Surgical. TSM. How is TSM doing? TSM. Oh, they're down 1% today. Open lower, traded lower. Come back up a little bit, but TSM says unit obtains says unit obtains fixed income securities for 16.1 million. Okay, so I don't know why TSM's getting hit today. It's interesting. That's very interesting. Probably one of the few kind of semiconductor stocks that are just getting hit today. PG, Procter Gamble, down a little bit. Pepsi, down a little bit. Get off this. So, Pepsi had earnings last week. PG's actually going to have earnings next week. And then Coke has earnings next week. Coke's kind of been all over the place today. Lower open, traded a little bit lower, traded higher, it's come back down off the session highs. Down a little bit. Philip Morris, down a little bit, trading lower. Was there a... Hell, all that looks like there was this morning was Guaranteed Bank and Trust. There might have been another company out there, kind of like in, like the Staples kind of area, that had earnings, but it doesn't look. It doesn't look like it was any of the big ones. I'm just curious why they're all getting hit. CL, Clorox. Clorox will have earnings here next week, I believe. But they're down 1.2%. So that's interesting. Like, we're seeing some really weird rotation out of some staples. Like, I wouldn't think they'd be dropping that much. I'm not saying, like, they have huge growth sides, but... margin compression? I'm just trying to think of a reason why. It's interesting. I'd say keep my eye on that, but it's not. They're not going to drop a lot, even if they do drop. Nike. How's Nike doing then? Nike, thank you. Nike had a little bit of a gap down, trading higher. Okay. Under Armour. Trading higher. Under Armour. All right. Let's see. Is there any other news headlines? Yeah, Goldman would know. Lowers recession forecast. Barbie hype could be double-edged sword for Mattel. Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't know what the Barbie hype is about. I mean, I didn't grow up playing with dolls, but I'm actually kind of intrigued to see the movie. Probably won't see it in theaters just because I don't care that way. Let me know if you're interested in it. But WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery. Kind of curious. Do they own Mattel? Mattel used to be by itself. Nope. Mattel is still by itself. Yeah. So yeah, you can see Mattel hype, or Barbie hype is infecting the Mattel stock. It seems like so. Yeah, doesn't look awful. Definitely off the lows that I had in COVID. Highs it put in back in like 98 and 2013 or so. Kind of just in the middle of nowhere right now. So maybe the Barbie movie kind of gets it going. Kind of reinvigorates interest back in their products. Very possible. But then again, I can see a lot of people protesting it because hey, anything that's old is protestable. It's like it's not good. It offends people. I offend people whenever I breathe. And that's why I try to breathe as much as I can. Why the IRS sent incorrect... Dude, scroll down. Thank you. Why the incorrect... All right, hold on. Why the IRS sent incorrect notices to some taxpayers. That's interesting. Tesla, Netflix, bank earnings on tap this week. Yep. Tesla, Netflix, Wednesday after the bell. Ford cuts price target. Yep, saw that. IPO market, drought is over, but the floodgates aren't open. Oh, floodgates aren't open. Okay. Schwab says doing this could potentially double your retirement savings. Russia's economy has gone from bad to worse in a matter of months. Here's where the country is feeling pain the most. So I don't know if y'all had seen this, but there was apparently a report. I mean, I don't know, maybe a month, two ago, maybe three. I don't know, something like that. That Russia, the air pollution over Russia. Basically, what it was is there was a satellite that indicated that the air pollution over Russia is at like multi-decade lows. Basically, saying that they are seeing huge economic problems over there due to the lack of economic activity. So it was really interesting to kind of see that. I saw that article a while ago. I thought that was really neat. Yeah. AT&T shares 3 decade lows, lead cables, risk way. Yeah, I mean they're not going to go bankrupt from that, but uh, I think once they need to have some kind of resolution here. Once the resolution gets priced in, then it'll be probably getting bought up pretty heavily discounted. Hunting for growth. Goldman Sachs has two stocks that can rally up to 85% from current levels. Nice. All right. Lennar Corporation. Ooh, home builders. Elian Lennar. Okay, Lennar. Man, that was a hugely bullish week last week. All week from the open to the close of the week. Open low was basically a difference of 16 cents. High close was on the same penny. Wow, high close was on the same penny. So it closed right at that shaved top, man. I wonder how many people are like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take my winnings and go. And they are down over 2% today. So there you go. 3M. 3M. Mm. 3M seems like it's trying to base out here. Doesn't look the best, but it's not like falling anymore. It's going to take some more time to check that one out. Transports had a good week last week. Let's see what they're doing. UPS. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good over the past couple of weeks. But down today, the 1.25%. CSX got hit. Benchmark adjust price target on CSX. Okay, so they get a $2 bump on the price target from 35 to 37. NSC Norfolk Southern down 0.6%. Definitely all session lows. Yeah, traded down pretty strong early, pretty quick. And then UNP. That was the other one. Rail down 0.5%. Okay. And then what about FedEx? FedEx down 1.15%. So yeah, a lot of these transports have been doing pretty good, but having bearish start to this week. Okay. Oh, Old Dominion Freight Line has Old Dominion, but Old Dominion's up pretty good. Okay, JB Hunt. JB Hunt throwing in a huge lower wick, but up. It is up. Okay. Yeah, there's not much else to see. Qs are down a little bit. All right, down a little bit from that high I put in about 15 minutes ago. Same thing with the SPY. One thing that was kind of interesting, someone brought up to my attention over the weekend, was that the stochastics and MACD actually formed a little bit of a divergence here. We made a new high on price, a little bit of a lower high here on the indicators. So really, that's just a resting divergence. It's not a bearish divergence yet. What you want to see for a bearish divergence is you want to see price actually drop off really hard, and indicators kind of drop a little bit. So if you can get a couple days of quick selling, maybe it happens next week, or something like that. Maybe Tesla comes out and numbers aren't all that great with Tesla. Maybe that happens, but so that's kind of what you're going to be looking for. You're going to look for a sharp drop in price, indicators drop off down a little bit, and then you see a long kind of turn, push higher, and it takes a while, but the indicator kind of pushes up a little bit too far. But while you make that lower price, you get the indicator actually make a little bit of a higher move on the indicator, and then that's where you can get the rollover. So I'd be curious to see if that happens. But right now, that's just a resting divergence. It's not a bearish divergence. You need kind of both of them. First, you're going to get the resting divergence, and then you would get the bearish divergence. And once you get those two matched up, it's game on. It'll be game on. Anyways, once you get that bearish divergence in, I'll make sure to call that out. Or if it's starting to set up, I'll make sure I call that out. But that's the most important thing to kind of look for. After you get kind of a resting divergence, is really that bearish divergence. You just need to see that happen, and there's no real reason to be bearish until that happens. It's just kind of peeling it back, resting, letting the market kind of set up to see what it's going to do next. Just needs time to breathe. That's it. APL, yeah, looked at a lot of that stuff. What else was out there? What is this? What is this? What was this? Stop. Hit something. SBAC, right? SBAC. Whoa. Another REIT just getting hit. Man, look at that. Wow. Down 6%. Just. So, since this looks like a community, I don't know anything about this SBAC. I wonder if they have any kind of exposure, maybe, because I see communications here in SBA communications or whatever. I wonder if that has anything to do with, I don't know, maybe telecom and wire and all the wires and cables that have been laid or anything like that. I don't know. TJX, Costco, Walmart. So Walmart having a quiet day. Not really too much going on there on Walmart. Target down. Target is down. Okay, so Target is down. So TJX is up. TJ Maxx. Home Depot up. Home Depot's up. I'm gonna zoom out here. Yeah, Home Depot doing okay. Had a nice move last week to start the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was really strong. Then Lowe's. Nice pullback there on Lowe's. Coming into the 10 EMA. Looking pretty good. So look for the continuation. Let's see. Intel's, yeah. I mean, that covers quite a bit of it. Let me go run through these guys. I wonder what's going on here. Lilly was down, definitely down a lot more earlier. So Lilly was down. Merck. Oh, Merck's at the session lows. They are trading down there. Drug boost is mixed blessing for suitors. And J&J. Was it 0.4% down off the lows? It definitely dropped pretty quick on the open. Okay. AbbVie, yeah, a lot of healthcare stocks getting hit today. Yeah, AbbVie's down 0.7%. ABT, Abbott Labs, down 0.75%. Okay. MasterCard. Throw a nice little upper wick there on MasterCard today. Visa. Visa's got a little upper wick as well above Friday's high. Nothing scare you. Nothing to scare you. Let's see. PayPal. PAPL. Moving higher. PYC is it? What's Paycom? PayC. Jeez, nice move here over the month of July. Past month and a half, Paycom's been moving pretty good. Okay, looks pretty good. Then what was it? Square or Block? I don't know why they changed their name. That was so stupid. Block, moving pretty good. Moving up pretty good. How is Kelly Wood doing? Yeah, she's doing all right. She's doing all right. She's up about 65% on the year. She's not doing too bad. Not a big fan, but she's doing pretty good. As far as what's going on today, let's take a look at one last thing and then I'm going to wrap it up here. See what the Fed Watch tool is doing for rates for July. They're basically locked into 100% raising this next session here in July. Hold for September. Start a little bit. Yeah, it seems like a hold for November. And a hold then for December. So, not seeing the dollar being all super strong today. It had a pretty bad week last week. So it got below a pretty strong technical level right there around 101. Probably any kind of retest into that is going to be met big time with some sellers or people trying to go bearish on the dollar. Gold is a little strong today. A little strong, not crazy strong. 10-year yield. I'll have to see what happens with the 10-year yield, 2-year as well. Might. I mean, it could do either scenario, or it pops or it drops. Just have to see. 10-2 inversion, a little bit bullish today. Nothing crazy. HYG bonds are bouncing a little bit today. Had a very strong week last week, except for Friday, but it just could be a pullback. So we have to see kind of how the rest of the week shapes out. SPY though, as far as the markets, nice little subtle gap down on the SPY today. Nothing crazy. Most of the market is being led by tech and financials. So tech area, financials, AAPL got an upgrade, so that always helps. Tesla, Cybertruck production started, reports. So they're getting a little bit of an uptick, which is kind of hitting on GM and Ford. You can see over here, hugely red. So yeah, Disney's got issues, but if Disney breaks $80, be watching out for 44. AT&T and Verizon getting hit pretty good. They have that whole toxic cable thing. So, yeah, I don't expect anything crazy this week. Not until we probably get to next week with major tech earnings next week. So, yeah, probably just expect the market to kind of just not do a whole lot. I wouldn't expect anything bearish to kind of come out unless something majorly shocking comes out. But I mean, I don't know what that would be. Honestly, that's the whole part. Is it'd be shocking. So, I don't expect economic news to push the market in either direction. So, Tesla, Netflix earnings Wednesday. Other than that, it's mostly going to be financials this week. Some industrials, but a lot of financials. Outfunders, have a great rest of your day. Take care.